Hi YouTube, good evening. It's me again. Already, it's been a whole 24 hours since my last video. So, I've had a really good day. Loads of stuff to show you. I've just finished work, so hence my, don't always wear this, but this is my work gear. So I thought I'd do another video, hopefully a proper video this time. I had a few issues with my first one. It was really blocky and pixelated. I recorded it wrong off my Mac and did it through QuickTime and I had to convert it. And anyway, so yeah, first video. So that wasn't great. My second one, hopefully you'll be able to see me a little bit better and yeah, whatever. I picked up a lot of stuff today. Didn't spend too much, but picked up some really interesting items. I went to Mold, which is like a market town about 20-25 miles away, and spent a few hours moseying around the charity shops there. They've got loads of charity shops. There's about 8 or 9 of them, and I really took my time. I'm spending a lot more time in them, checking things a lot more, and I just basically had my phone out constantly the whole time I was there, going through everything and just double checking anything that seemed interesting, scanning it, and then buying or not buying. So, and then I went back, came home, picked my daughter up from school, and went back into Real because there was a couple of things from yesterday that I wanted to make a note to pick up again. So I did, and also I had a few sales on eBay as well. So I'm going to go through them as well and show you what I ended up picking up. So, goodies bag. I'm going to straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Right, that's better. Right then, so this was, I got this from a charity shop in Real today, the Heart Foundation I think it was. I paid $3.99 for it, and any of you of a certain age probably remembers this from your school years. So, Rubiks Magic. This box, all working, all there. Lovely example from 1986. So we open it and see what it does. I used to have one of these. And the clocks, which was Rubik's Midnight, Rubik's Clock, something like that. I can't remember what it's called. So for those of you who haven't seen one of these before, I think back in the day they were about a tenner. They go loose for about £5 to £10. This is boxed and it's really good condition. So from what I've seen, I think I can get between £15 and £20 for it on eBay. I paid £4 for it, so yeah, hopefully good markup on that. Hang on, what's going on there? My cat's in the background, just ignore her. She's probably going to hassle me shortly. So right, so it starts off with the 3 unjoined hoops. And then you kind of got like a joined up pattern on the back, and there's one way of doing it, which is like this, like that. Try and do it, not that way, that way. Right. The trick is to fold this in such a way that you can make all the hoops on the other side join up, and it makes it look like you've joined up the ones on the one side. Well, hopefully that's done. Yay, it's that easy. It's really well designed, cracking little toy, really nostalgic, and yeah, so yeah, good find, very pleased with that, and that's it, back, either way. So I'm going to stick that on and see what I get. Yeah, I like that, I would have kept that for myself, but I'm sure I'll pick up another one. So yeah, there we go. Right, I went to, the first charity shop I went to in Mould was alright. There's a dog on the counter, like a full-on dog, like a real dog, and it jumped off the counter at me, and I was like, I mean, I like dogs, I don't mind, but it was like really like in my face, and I was doing my best to try and ignore it, and yeah, it was just a little bit surreal, really, a bit League of Gentlemen-y, and yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's not my ideal sort of thing, but yeah, there we go. I suppose I was in a abandoned animals charity shop. I've got to expect that someone had actually abandoned an animal on the counter. So the CDs, they had a load of CDs, 50p each. So I had a look through there. There was some stuff that was alright, but they had a 20p section, like loads of CDs in boxes, 20p. Most of it was crap, but there was some good stuff. Don't judge me because a lot of this isn't my own personal taste, but again, thanks to these other guys on YouTube that I've been watching, I've been cultivating, thinking outside my own comfort zone with music and, well, my uncomfortable zone, and buying mainstream stuff maybe that I can bundle up and hopefully make a bit of money on them for 20p each, really, you know, I mean, that's awesome. So yeah, these are all 20p each. I got 7. I got Thrills album. Obviously I checked all these. you guys buy anything, make sure you check the CDs in the shop, because anything with even a few scratches on, when you can get them on Amazon for like a couple of pennies, you know, people are just going to go and buy them from Amazon. Why buy your scratch CDs for £2 on eBay when they can just do that off Amazon? So quality is everything on it, really. If you're going to be bundling them together, make that a selling point. They always check your discs. If necessary, build up a stack of crap CDs but really good quality cases, so you can swap them out, take the inlays out, and have good quality CDs in good quality cases, and it just makes the whole thing look more professional. Yeah, okay, this, yeah, that one. Hannah Montana, 20p. Yeah, okay. I'm not actually gonna listen to it. Bram Van 3000. It's quite an unusual one. Like one hit wonders from the 90s. They did their Drinking in LA and nothing else after that, which is really odd because such a unique song and really cool, and it's like really captured sort of time in my life really, on 97, 98, something like that. And yeah, I don't know what they did, and I may actually have a listen to that. Don't know, but 20p. It's got a bit to go. What else did I get? Embrace, classic sort of indie post Oasis kind of thing from '97. That was sort of the soundtrack to my brief days in university. What else? And Gomez again, from the same sort of period. So obviously someone's got rid of all their late '90s CDs in the same place and just them out. Now this is awesome. This is really unusual, and this is going for, I scanned it in on Amazon, and it's selling for about a tenner. Is that too bright? There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. Yeah. This is a fairly local fellow as well, and his name's Ad Lean Johnson. Now, if you ever go to Chester, which is an absolutely stunning city, just on the border of England and Wales, lovely, lovely, really old historical city. This guy busks there on a fairly regular basis. He has an electric violin. He has all this hair, and he's just an absolute legend. He's really, really well known. He was part of a band called New Model Army, which I'm not really that familiar with, but he's known for his incredible electric violin work, and he's released all these albums. You can buy albums from him as he busks, and it's just the most amazing thing. I can sit there and listen to him if he's on for like 15, 20 minutes, and I'll always donate. I won't buy a CD. I'll always, you know, put some money in him, because the guy's just, it's amazing. So yeah, I picked up that, and that, yeah, I should get a tenner for that. I'm probably going to put it on Amazon. It seems to be a bit higher on Amazon than on eBay. And yeah, it's in immaculate condition, lovely CD. And in fact, I don't think this actual particular CD was on eBay at all. So that's probably why it was quite high on Amazon. So yeah, so it goes £1.40 for 6 CDs, and the 7th one, it's not actually a CD, but pack of sealed blank audio cassettes. So yeah, they cost me 20p, and I might be able to get 4 or 5 quid for them. I don't know who's still buying this, but there's obviously people out there still doing home taping. Maybe it's kind of had a small resurgence, which reminds me, I have actually today bought an audio cassette, even though I don't have a cassette player. One of my musicians, I'm quite into like a genre called future synth, which is like 80s style electronic music with like a modern production values and a really, really good sound. But there's a guy called Starcadian who I'm a massive fan of, and he's just announced his album from 2 years ago, which you can only ever get digitally. He's released it on audio cassette in tiny quantities. There's something like 60 copies worldwide, and I've managed to bag one of those today. It cost me like 12 quid through Bandcamp. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's just a nice thing to have. It's nice to own something tactile, I think, with music, which is why vinyl's had this massive comeback, I think, because I think we're gradually getting sort of sick of, you know, only owning it digitally, and it's always nice to sort of pick up something and say, that's it, I own this album, this is my collection here, look at it, it's really good, and this is a reflection of me, and I like this one. And you can associate memories and times of your life more, I think, with a piece of music that you own rather than just a file on your computer. So yeah, I think it's taken a while for the dust to settle with digital music, and I think you will see the re-emergence of some physical formats. So yeah, I bought a cassette, and then I bought some blank cassettes, and that'll help pay for the real cassette that I bought. So yeah, there we go. Right, what else did I get? This caught my eye, and amongst all the books, I'm quickly learning now that I've started this a little bit more seriously than I ever did do, but that books just don't go for money at all, really don't. And it's really disappointing because there's some stunning books out there, but if you're buying them for yourself, fantastic. Because the way I always look at it, on Amazon, you scan in any book that you see, a paperback, a hardback in a charity shop, you generally get them for a penny, and it's like £2.78, £2.80 postage on Amazon. So the way I say, if I'm buying for pleasure, if I'm buying for myself, if that book in the charity shop is cheaper than £2.50, I'll buy it because it's going to cost me that much from Amazon to get it shipped and all that. So yeah, but buying to sell is a really tricky one unless it's something really special or really unusual or quite niche. Then you know the consistent selling market isn't there for it. So I saw this and it really caught my eye. I mentioned in my last video that I was a bit of a design freak. I've got a really good, nice collection of coffee table art and design books, what to do with graphic design, history of art, and like sort of favourite unusual artists that I'm into and things. But I got this. This was $1.99, and I scanned it because it came up. The ranking was really, really high on Amazon in books. This is called London, the Information Capital. Now, as you can see, it's basically like new. The retail price on it's £25, and it's actually the cheapest you can get it on Amazon second hand is like 20 quid. So I paid $1.99 for that. As you can see on the inside there. So let's have a flick through. I mean, it's a lovely looking book. I didn't really go through it when I picked it up, but it's got lots of like maps of London and like that, which is the best way. Still getting used to this YouTube thing. Yeah, there we go. All kind of things to do with the infrastructure, maps and all kind of design porn, and yeah, it's stunning. You know what? I may even keep that. I shouldn't be doing this because I'm buying cool stuff. I should be selling it and not wanting to keep it. So no, that's gonna have to go because that's 20 quid there in that. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep that. But yeah, lovely book there, the Information Capital, and yeah, it's really, really high. But basically, the higher ranking is on Amazon, the more in demand an item is. So something that's top 2,000 that this was, that's exceptionally high. So I could put that on Amazon for 18 quid, and that would probably sell very, very quickly. Whereas most books are generally way down there on the list, so they're a bit. What else then? Some of the few things. Oh, another CD I got. Paid 99p for this, and I don't think the cover's the right way around, so I'm going to flip that and you can see what it is I bought, because I thought it was quite unusual. And it's really nice. This is, if you can see that, getting glare here. Disney Adventures in Jazz. So it's a collection of Disney songs. It's an official Disney CD. They're all taken from Disney films. Music for parents that kids love too. Jazz's finest take you on a fun adventure into the musical world of Disney. So yeah, I paid £1 for that, and that's going for like between £5 and £10 on eBay. Yeah, it's a really nice CD. It's obviously something Disney stuff's always popular, and when you get something like this that's kind of obviously something alongside Disney like jazz, that's I don't know why it's £5. And look, I saw a lot of Disney soundtracks today, Lion King and George of the Jungle and stuff like that. And you're scanning them and they're going for like a penny, 50p, anything like that. So I don't know, must be more demand for that one. So there we go. What else did I get? Oh yeah, cool. This one I got a DVD game, Sherlock Holmes and the Curse of the Silver Bullet. Time is kicking on a bit. They have 2 or 3 games at this shop, all the same thing, so similar sort of thing. They're all $2.99 each, and they're all going for like 10 quid each on eBay easily. So, but it was a right rigmarole to have to go through it and check whether it had every single one of like all the envelopes, and it's basically like a murder mystery game. You put the DVD in. I've never played these before, but they do look quite fun. I don't have 7 friends unfortunately, so I'd have to do it with my cats and my partner and probably roping a few customers from the pub. So yeah, I struggle with that. But yeah, that. I can travel my money on that, no problem, which is always the markup that I like to have. If they were going, I don't know if you remember, I said yesterday, I doubling my money isn't enough on something. I always like to try and at least treble it. So this is $2.99. If it was only going for a £5, I wouldn't have bothered. But the fact that it can consistently sell for like 10 quid, yeah, it's a no-brainer. get a couple more there. So yeah, I could have got the rest, but I was pushing on for time. And I didn't want to have to go through all the bloody invitations and envelopes and just make sure that everything's there, because there's a load of stuff in with that. So yeah, there we go. And what else? Nearly there. I've got a DS game, which if you see any in charity shops, the only ones that you tend to see are brain training games, more brain training games, eye training games, finger training games, and yeah, you get the idea. So it's not very often that you see anything a bit unusual in a charity shop. Most of that stuff tends to get either picked out prior, because I know a lot of these charity shops now have people solely that go through all the stock and list stuff on eBay, which is fine, and that's a whole issue for another video. I'm not going to get into that now, but it is what it is, and we've just got to accept that as pickers and flippers, that there's someone one step before us in the whole production line of this, and they're taking what they think is the cream of the crop, but they don't always get everything. So there are always finds to be had, and I've had some good finds, historically and today. So it just goes to show that these guys don't know everything, they don't always know what they're looking for. So knowledge is everything. And now everyone can have knowledge. We've all got smartphones, we've all got internet connection, and I think that's all it takes really, is to learn. I mean, that's how anything's learned. Just because we're not antiques dealers, we're not collectible dealers that have had the wealth of experience our whole lives about going to shows and finding things out, doesn't mean that our knowledge is any less worthy, I don't think. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I think that you earn your stripes every time you search for something and you soak that information up, how much something is worth. You find out a little bit about it, and your brain just kind of fills up with all these little facts about it, and you just kind of building like a picture of a particular, area of specialization. And regardless of how you get to that point, whether it's through the old-fashioned way or through the internet, I don't think it matters. If buying and selling is what you're into, then go for it. I look like a right tit walking around all day with my phone out just like that. It's like, yeah, okay. It's like I was scanning someone, just like walking down all day like that, like scan, beep, 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 just picking up random barcodes on everything. It's going around, beep, beep, beep. But yeah, anyway, I got this. This was £1. Just taking the label off, but just to show you, it really was £1. And this is called Flower, Sun and Rain. It's quite an unusual DS game, actually. It's made by Rising Star Games, which are quite I wouldn't say a cult studio, but they're known for like making a few unusual titles. Japanese studio, I think, obviously. And this is like a sort of strange Japanese mystery puzzle game that the DS just sort of excels with, really. And the DS is such an amazing console. It's just incredible. I can't rave about the DS enough. It's just this perfect synergy of bringing the touchscreen in, and it's so portable, and there's so many amazing 2D games. 2D thrived on there, and there's so many perfect puzzle games and RPGs. It's just classic after classic on there, and I still play on my DS, and I've got so much cool stuff for it. I've got an R4 card with those things, but I have got a lot of original games as well that I've come back to, and I see my cat skulking around in the background there again. But yeah, anyway, this is quite a good game, and I think I had a look, and it's going for between £5 and £10, which seems to be a pattern here today with most of the things I picked up. So again, for £1, yeah, pretty good. I would say with some of these, just be careful. There's a lot of copies floating around, especially with loose cartridges. So I may do, if there's the interest in it, I'd like to do maybe a video further down the line of how to recognise fakes and things like that, because it is something that I've come across, and I think we could all benefit from knowing, what to look out for, and what not to buy, basically, and how not to get stung with it, because no one wants to do that. There was a shop recently near me in Rill, and I won't name it, but they were actually selling copied DS games, copied Game Boy games. There are dozens and dozens of them. Copied Disney DVDs, sealed in a fake seal, no hologram on, nothing. And to the untrained eye, yeah, they just look, like normal DVDs, but they weren't legit at all. And I was quite pleased, and they kind of gone bust recently. So yeah, that's a nice bit of karma there. So yeah, I've got that. I'm nearly done the video. One last pickup today. No, it isn't. I've got one over there as well. Right, this one here, this is an unusual, something I didn't expect to see in a charity shop in a million years. It is a Nickelodeon show called Invader Zim. Now, to those of you who are familiar with rare and collectible and valuable DVDs, the original DVD release of this came in a really amazing pointy house type thing. sells for £150 on eBay all day long, all day long. Region 1 only, never released in Britain, Region 2. But I think they realised, and it got deleted very, very quickly. And I think what happened was such a massive cult following to Invader Zim, which I admit that I've never watched. I probably should do. They re-released it in a kind of like a normal box set, of which this is the first DVD of that box set. How it's turned up in a British charity shop, when I would imagine it's the kind of thing someone who's bought that's known exactly what they're buying and would want to keep on and treasure that. It just seems like a really, really strange thing to be in a charity shop. But yeah, they're lost in my game really. So they £1.50, and I should get between 8 to 10 quid on that from what I've seen. It's in immaculate condition. The disc's absolutely mint. It looks like it's never been played, to be honest. So yeah, it's a lovely thing. So yeah, really pleased with that. It's little finds like that because you see loads of this stuff like the CDs, and I see the same DVDs, even Disney DVDs, things like that. They're £2 a penny. You see them all the time. I know you can get money on them, whatever, but to come across something like that, that's what makes my day. That is to find the little unusual things like that, or all that information capital book, where like they're really cool objects, you know, and yeah, it really puts a spring in your step. So yeah, that's that. And then let me go and get the other couple of things that I found. This is a long video. All right, what have we got? Okay. Right, I've had a couple of disappointments today as well. At one of the charity shops I went to, I went back to the one in Rill because I saw there yesterday. I picked this up. This isn't a disappointment. This is absolutely outstanding. This is a huge coffee table book on Clarice Cliff pottery, which I have no interest in at all. I think it's vile. It's absolutely hideous, but it's really collectible and really well loved. It's just, I think it's ugly. But that's my opinion. So that looks like a child's painted it. It really does. Looks like it's been drawn by the local school. They've had like a competition and they've all had to design a plate and a mug, and that's the result. I shouldn't say things like that really, but yeah, there we go. But anyway, this book, I paid £3 for it, and it's worth £25. Because obviously to a collector, it's absolutely amazing because it goes through pretty much every item of Clarice Cliff and gives like a price guide. Now it's an old book, so the price is probably out of date, but it gives you a rough idea as to what's more valuable and more sought after than others. So I'd imagine why that's how it's valued. I mean, it's not in the best condition. The dust jacket's kind of got a few tears and things like that. But I would imagine that's been well loved and well used by a dealer who's probably used it to turn a few quid in the time actually. So yeah, it's quite a cool book that. So I'm looking forward to probably put that on Amazon, not on eBay. Yeah. And then a few disappointments really, things that I picked up that I thought had value, didn't have any internet, so wasn't able to scan it, and just had to take a bit of a chance on them, judging on what they were. I paid a little bit more from what I'd usually pay. Bearing in mind I paid £3 for that book, and that's a huge coffee table hardback. These were £3 each, except for the first one, which was £2. And I thought that there may be money in them because they're awesome books and they're the kind of thing that I'd buy. So I was trying to think like, okay, well, you know, would other people like that? Yes, they would. I got that. That's a Doctor Who. It's from 1986. Doctor Who special effects. It looks absolutely brand new, like it's never been used, and it kind of goes into detail all about how the special effects and models and creatures and costumes were all made. Cracking book. Scanned it on Amazon, penny, fucking penny. So yeah, not too pleased about that. But what I'm probably going to do is bundle these three together on eBay, and if I can just get my money back on them, get like a bundle of them three together for a tenner, that's brilliant. I'll be more than happy with that. I haven't lost money then, and yeah, it'll teach me. And another one as well, Starlog, which was a very popular science fiction special effects geared magazine right throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s. This is like a compendium, volume 1 of 4 that they did, all of model making and general sci-fi malarkey. Really cool stuff in there. And again, scanned it in. That's actually worth a little bit more. That one. That's probably worth like £2-3. Well, I say worth. Right, that's how much it's going for. So very different distinction there. So yeah, it's not worth that much. And this one here again, because I thought it was unusual, it didn't have a barcode. So I thought, well, anything that a barcode is going to be pre like 1980ish. So I thought, well, yeah, I've got this here. It's called Cinema of Mystery, which is a stunning book all about vintage horror. I don't know if you can see in there. all like really old Nosferatu and Pit of the Pendulum and the Swarm. Anyway, cool book. £1.95 on the back. That was how much it was when it came out. I paid £2 for it in the charity shop, thinking it might be worth 15 quid. That's worth a penny. That's what you can get on Amazon for a penny. £2.78 shipping. So I'm going to bundle them together and just hopefully get some money back on them. And then this as well. I don't know why I bought it. I was just on a bit of a spending spree today, and I saw it there, and I thought something in the back of my mind went Club Penguin cards. Some of them are worth money, and so I picked up this shitty little Club Penguin tin with about I don't know, about 40 cards in there. Paid £1.50 for it. Be lucky to get my money back on it, but it'll teach me again. Every little mistake I make like that will give me an idea of what not to buy in the future. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with Club Penguin cards again. I may just retake them to the charity shop and let some other mug buy them. So there we go. Yeah, I've had some sales on eBay. My egg monster, in case you don't remember, from my video yesterday, is this guy here. He's absolutely amazing, and I'm sorry to see him go because it's such a fine example. That look at it, never been opened, never been played with, completely out of its packaging. I was hoping to get, I wasn't sure what I was going to get. I was hoping between 20 and 30 quid. I only went for £16, and yeah, I was a bit disappointed. This, on the other hand, went for as much as I thought it was going to, and I was pleased with that. That's Loom. That went for £24 plus shipping. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. And that actually, for my first time, went on eBay's global priority shipping program, or whatever it's called, which basically means that you just send it to an address in this country, and eBay then will send it to anybody worldwide, and all you have to pay is the local shipping. eBay then charges the customer whatever the shipping rate is to that country. It just streamlines the whole process and makes it so much easier. So that's just a standard £2.80 small parcels that I've charged for that, because it is bulky and it is going to need to go small parcels. But yeah, I think I paid £3.99 for that, and I've made 20 quid profit on it, so I'm over the moon with that. And then the other one, which actually went better than I thought it was going to, was another big box PC game. This looks absolutely massive. Look at that. It's as big as my head. The Longest Journey, that went for 12 quid, which was more than I thought. I must have paid a quid or so for that years ago. It's been sat there in my cupboard. I finally got around to selling it, and it's gone. So yeah, so a few sales today. So I was what, that's 16, 16, 23, 40. So I made like 50 quid today on eBay. So yeah, pleased with that, and loads more stuff to get on. Right, this has been going on far too long. It's too easy, this. Right, I'm going to go now because it's really late. It's 20 to 1 in the morning. So, yeah, let me know what you think of the video. I've been talking quite fast. If you need me to slow down, or I'm not clear, or my accent's a bit weird. I don't have a Welsh accent, but I am Welsh. So any of those issues, just please let me know in the comments and subscribe. And, yeah, hope to see you soon. Thanks very much, YouTube. Bye-bye.